What is happening? What is happening? You are so awesome. You are so blessed because of who your father is, because you were just born into this. And even though it might not seem like it right now, because we're all just trying to figure things out, the cool thing is that we have Jesus to look to. For he is the author and finisher. He is the anchor, he is the definition of who we were supposed to be, how we're supposed to function. And I'm thinking, we have this paradigm. We have this deeply ingrained paradigm where we are so impressed with the love of God for us. Like, thank you, Jesus, for forgiving me over and over and over and over every time I mess up. Like, I feel like I'm always going to mess up, but man, thank you so much for always loving me through it. And we have that mindset. We have that paradigm. Like, God's ability stops at being able to forgive. And the amazing thing about the gospel is that he actually imputes his life into us. He shoves himself into us and says, all right, I'm going to grow you up. So we have to shift paradigms from thank you so much for forgiving me, I'm just a continual mess up, to thank you so much, your ability in me is going to cause me to stop messing up. You see, it's always been about growing up into the fullness of Christ. It's never been about dying and getting to heaven one day and being forgiven. It's been about him reproducing his life in you, in me. So if we can take that affection, if we can take that mind-blowing concept of his agape love, his forgiveness, to always be ready to forgive. What if he's always ready to help you overcome and stop messing up? What if it's not about forgiveness? What if it's about learning who you really are, overcoming, and not having to live in that cycle of hell, of torment, of, oh, I didn't want to do that, but thank you for forgiving me. Oh, I didn't want to do that, but thank you for forgiving me. Oh, I know I shouldn't do that. Oh, I didn't want to do that. Thanks for forgiving me. What if you switched lifestyles? What if you started to learn that you were empowered by God, like it says in Philippians 2, where it says, him living in you is the reason that you even have the ability produced in you to want to do his will and to walk out his will. It says that in the Bible. It says his life in you is giving you that energy. Okay, so what if we made more about God's ability and energy and life in us? What if we made that more of a priority to understand than understanding that he has forgiven us and will continue to forgive us? What if we made it more about his actual real-time power in us, that intimate, connected relationship where you can feel him giving you guidance, direction, power to overcome and rewire your entire being, to be transformed by the renewing of your mind, to put on incorruption, to have immortality swallow up mortality? What if we actually made it about what God says it's about, what Jesus says it's about, the kingdom overtaking the corruption that happened in creation? What if we just focused on what Yahweh focuses on instead of what we've made it about? Get out of here. Go. Tiny little spider. I don't know if you can see that guy. Oh, there he is. Be fruitful and multiply. He wants to hang out. What can you do? The goodness of God draws all men and creatures unto itself. So yeah, let's practice expecting different things, setting our hope and our expectation, our intention on what God has set his hope, expectation, and intention on, that he solved the problem. And so now it's not about continuously forgiving people that are always going to fail. It's actually about, you have been cleansed, if you're willing, according to your faith be it done to you. You have been cleansed from a sinful consciousness that keeps you reproducing sin because you're focused on sin. You have been given the mind of Christ. He made the sacrifice once and for all to cleanse you from a sin consciousness so that you can be returned to God consciousness, family consciousness, growing up in the kingdom consciousness, and starting to reproduce that reality from within. And he just pours himself from out of you. Have an amazing day. I love you. We are growing up into so much more than we can imagine. But let's enjoy what we understand today and look forward to the unknown that we're going to face today and even tomorrow.